Good afternoon, welcome to SNU Reel. You are watching Unscripted. As you know that every week we come with a new episode of Unscripted focusing on different subjects. Today we will focus on a specific subject which is very popular and very important in today's perspective. Yes, we will discuss about the School of Law and the career in law for the future students. To discuss with this, we have a very special guest with us. Our guest today, our Dean of School of Law, Dr. Debashree Mukherjee. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So, I suppose the students who are willing to make a career in law, they will be benefited immensely from today's discussion. So, let us start with very basic questions. Dr. Mukherjee, I suppose the very basic questions the students and prospective students and their parents want to know that what are the courses we are offering here in Sister Nivedita University and what are the eligibility criteria to get admission?
Okay, the School of Law offers both UG and PG programs in law along with PhD in law. All the UG programs that are offered by the School of Law are approved by the Bar Council of India. We have 5-year dual integrated courses of BA LLB Honours, BCom LLB Honours and BBA LLB Honours. And we also have a 3-year LLB program which will accommodate graduate students. Along with this, the masters that is offered by the School of Law are LLM with the specialization in criminal laws and specialization in corporate law. Now, the eligibility criteria for taking admission in the 5-year dual integrated courses is the students can be from any discipline, but they must have a minimum of 50% marks in their plus 2 exams, and they will have to undergo a written test followed by an interview, after which they get selected to take admission into the School of Law. With respect to the 3-year LLB program, the graduates of any discipline can enroll for this particular program, and they also have to have a 50% in their graduation exams. And so far as the LLM both for criminal law as well as corporate law is concerned, they must have cleared their LLB from any institution which is approved by the Bar Council of India with a minimum percentage of 50% marks. For all these programs, along with the criteria of marks, they have to undergo a written test followed by an interview, after which the prospective students are selected to take admission into the School of Law.
So, I suppose the selection process and the course, regarding the course and the selection process, it's very clear as Dr. Mukherjee has explained. But I suppose before going further, we might discuss a very important issue, that is law is something which was always important as a subject, but in today's perspective, the importance of studying law, I suppose it's more, it's increasing. So,
yes.
If you can explain that.
Law is something which is part and parcel of every human being's life.
Absolutely.
We are all governed by laws whichever country we belong to, and we should understand that it is a necessity for all of us to know the legal framework of a nation. But to know the law in deeper detail, these are the disciplines that generally students undertake. And today we find a much more dominance or interest in the students to study law is because that the different career opportunities that are available in the domain of law are increasing manifold. And every corporate has begun to realize that without having professionals belonging to this particular domain, it would be very difficult to sustain in this competitive world. So, maybe that becomes the more important focal point for students to be more engaged and interested into the domain of law.
As you have already mentioned, madam, I suppose many students have the same inquiry like I have. Previously, the general perception was that after studying law, a person will be practicing law only. He or she will be a lawyer. But nowadays, after studying law, there is an array of avenues are there in which they can go for their career.
Yes.
Already you have given a hint of that. So, if you can explain in details.
Previously, the only available opportunity after studying law, what people felt was they could practice in different courts of the country.
Right.
That particular advantage is already there to all the students who are studying in the discipline of law. But along with that, there are other career opportunities, like if a student feels he can actually give up examination and join the judiciary by cracking the West Bengal judicial examination or different state level judicial examinations. They can also go for joining the academia, wherein they have to, after they do complete their UG courses, they have to go for their PG programs, and then they have to have a NET or a PhD, and then they can join the academia. So teaching is also a very good opportunity, considering the number of law schools that are now prevalent across the country. Apart from joining the academia, students now have a very fair opportunity to join various law firms,
right,
where they basically aid the corporate houses in matters related to mergers and acquisitions, in the due diligence, in statutory compliances of companies, or dealing with various kinds of legal matters which the corporates face. Along with all these avenues that are available to the students of the discipline of law, the students also can undergo various public examinations, by way of which the Securities Exchange Board of India, the Competition Commission of India, the Insolvency Board, they all basically take in students from the domain of law in different positions. Along with all of it, the students also have the opportunity to undertake research, which is, they can get associated with various research organizations, including the United Nations. The United Nations also, in various positions in its various projects, basically take in students from the domain of law. All these are very, very fair opportunities, along with law officers.
Yes.
Now, both the government as well as the semi-government organizations, as well as the
private
corporate
sector,
world,
yes,
they all have law officers working, along with banks. So there are a number of opportunities. Along with this, there are IP firms, so intellectual property firms. There is a very huge scope of the law students from engaging themselves in these kinds of firms, by taking up jobs in these kinds of firms. So opportunities are galore for basically the students of law, provided they undertake their studies in the proper manner, being guided by the School of Law.
I suppose, which you have just mentioned, madam, just a few days back, I just remembered that one of my neighbors, a young girl, she has got a job in a corporate as an law officer. I suppose nowadays it's almost mandatory for all the corporates and the private sectors to have a legal officer.
Law officer jobs are mandatory and a necessity.
Right.
Understanding the kind of fierceness and competitiveness that is found in the corporate world, the problems related to fair competition, the problems associated with the intellectual property rights, the problem with respect to securing the confidential information of companies, the knowledge about law and the protection that is guaranteed to these corporate firms or corporate houses by the law graduates is very, very important. So yes, today almost all corporates that are operating formally or even in the informal sector, they all have their associations either to a law firm or to they hire a legal professional for better and smooth performance of the administration.
Apart from these job opportunities and career, I suppose there is a huge opportunity for the law students to go into the higher studies and academics as well.
Yes, that is what I was telling just now, that students, there has been a stupendous growth in the number of law schools across the country.
Right.
This is also not enough to meet the
Demand.
growing need of the students who are very eager to join the discipline of law.
Right.
So with the growing number of law schools across the country, the need for good teachers is also very much there. And when a teacher comes with professional experience, that means with a certain level of practicing experience, that becomes a very good combination for being accepted by academic institutions. courses, because you will be knowing that today it is not only theory that should be inculcated or given by a school of law. A school of law has to ensure that a student has holistic development, and by holistic development I actually mean not only having the gainful knowledge about the theoretical part of law, but also they must have their brush with the practical aspect of law. So that actually means there must be practical classes that should be taken. There has to be courses inculcated into the curriculum which helps them to brush up their practical skills of drafting, of oratory skills, their mooting skills, their debating skills. So these are actually to be inculcated in a good program of, in a good curriculum of any program of law. And considering all these aspects, what we understand is that academia happens to be a very also lucrative option for any law student. But for getting into the academia, there is a process that has to be followed. A graduate has to have completed with very good marks, and thereafter the student has to clear the LLM exam with a minimum of 55% of marks, following which they have to clear either the state level eligibility test examination or the national level eligibility test examination, or they must have a PhD. Following an interview, they can get selected in different schools of law. So yes, academics is definitely a very lucrative option for any student of law.
And along with that, what you have already mentioned, I suppose many of our prospective students and their parents are interested to know about that. In Sister Nivedita University, how our course runs and what are the training facilities, as you have mentioned about the professional expertise. So I suppose a mere classroom studies is not enough for any subject nowadays, and in SNU especially we focus on the practical orientation of all the students in all the subjects. Dr. Mukherjee will elaborate on that. Madam,
yes,
if you can elaborate on that.
First, let me tell you that all the programs that are offered by the School of Law, the curriculum that is followed in all these programs, they are all approved by a board of studies, and our board of studies consists of people who have very high knowledge, who are in very high positions both in the academia as well as we have partners of law firms who are part of our board of studies. So at the end of every semester, before we start courses in the upcoming semester, we have the entire list of subjects reviewed by this board of studies, and it is the board of studies guidance by following which the details of every particular course that is taught in a law school are actually reviewed again and again, so that the best is made available to the students, so that contemporary knowledge is actually known by the students. Now this is so far as the theoretical aspect is concerned. Along with the subjects that are being taught in the law school, let me tell you that all the subjects that are taught in the law school in the undergraduate programs, they are actually taught following the curriculum that is approved by the Bar Council of India. Apart from all these subjects that are taught in following the curriculum of the Bar Council of India, we also have certain skill-based education courses that are being offered to the students. These skill-based courses that are being offered are unique to the School of Law at Sister Nivedita University, because what we understand is, I'll just refer to a particular report that came out in 2023, and it says that of all the people that are passing out in examinations in every year, only 52% are employable. So that gives us an understanding that it is not only theory that will actually help a student to crack a good job. What is immensely important is skill-based education, and at the School of Law, we actually train the students every semester in different skill sets. And these courses that are being offered at the School of Law at Sister Nivedita University are actually being taught by legal professionals. So we have people who are practicing in different courts of the country who come to the campus and they take up these courses along with the regular faculty that are there in the School of Law. So the students get the real feel, the real life experience, and they know that what are the nuances on which they have to stress upon and build their careers upon.
And along with that, just as you have mentioned, madam, that the professionals come and take the classes.
Yes.
Along with that, what we have found, I suppose you must elaborate on that for the students, that we organize regularly. We organize seminars, conferences, and
Yes.
moot court competitions,
So
and everything.
these are the curriculum based courses that I spoke of. But to further help students out, we regularly organize different kinds of programs wherein the students get a chance to interact with legal luminaries from different fields of law. So we organize moot court competitions, we organize debate competitions, there are different kinds of drafting workshops that are organized by the School of Law. The holding of seminars and webinars are a regular feature of the School of Law, and if you go to the website of the School of Law or the Facebook page of the School of Law, everybody will be able to understand that what are the different types of programs that the law school offers. And I am very proud and privileged to also make everyone know that the School of Law is not only imparting education, it is also trying to groom its students to the extent that students understand that they have a duty to contribute to the society. So we also organize various kinds of legal outreach programs, we organize legal awareness programs. Our students go to different schools across the state and they actually try to spread awareness on different aspects which are important to be known by the common man with respect to the day-to-day work. See, today we understand that there are so many financial scams that are happening. Today the mobile is at the reach of even a very small student, and the student goes on clicking different websites, whether knowing or unknowing, and they indirectly fall in traps. So it is very, very important for the society to know what are the different problems and how the law can protect or shield them, or what are the rights that are available to them. So the School of Law has a legal aid clinic which operates, and through this legal aid clinic the students go to different schools across the country, across the state, to basically hold various kinds of legal awareness programs, only to ensure that even through the students the parents can also be educated on all these aspects of law, so that their lives remain protected.
So along with the not only the curriculum, or not only it's about the career, the School of Law is also doing their job as social responsibilities.
Absolutely.
So before we end, let us discuss about one thing. I suppose many of you are interested to know about the success rate or the success stories of the department. Ma'am, if you can elaborate on that.
So this School of Law at Sister Nivedita University had started its journey in 2019, and the first batch of LLM students had actually passed out in 2021. From then on, there has not been any turning back. Our students are not only working as independent professionals in the domain of law, some of the students have actually opted for higher education. They have cleared their CLAT PG and are now studying LLM. There are other students who are also working as law officers in different organizations across the state. And we are very proud to say that there are also students who have made it big by actually trying to contribute as society engineers. Like, they are actually doing the part by joining various NGOs. They are also contributing towards the society. So what we understand is the success story of the students of the School of Law range from independent practice to working in the corporates, as well as joining the academia for higher studies. We are really confident about our students, and we hope that if students follow the proper guidance that is being imparted to by the law school, then definitely they will be having very brilliant careers ahead of them.
So thank you, ma'am, for being with us.
Thank you so
it
much.
was, I suppose, the students who are interested about their careers and the futures with the School of Law. Sister Nivedita University may be an ideal destination for you. I suppose madam has elaborated all the aspects of the courses, eligibility criteria, career opportunities, success stories, everything. So I suppose it can be a good destination for the prospective law students. Thank you, ma'am, once again for being with us. Dr. Debashree Mukherjee, Dean School of Law, was with us today. So with that, we have come to the end of this episode of Unscripted. We will definitely come back with another subject, with a focus on another subject, different nuances, different aspects of another subject in our next episode. Till then, goodbye, namaskar.